much for not only just being here today and supporting your kids, but for all that you do every day, sending them in prepared and ready. And when they go home, they're loved and supported. We can't do this without you. And please continue to do that as they go on through middle school, high school, and beyond. So I was thinking about today and what I was going to talk about. By the way, I'm going to walk back here. It's kind of more comfortable for me because I want to be closer to the kids. But by the way, parents, I'm really speaking to you. So even if my back's to them, these words are for you so that you'll remind them of this later. Because what I don't want for any of these boys and girls to ever have to fit into expectations that others have of you. The only expectations that you need to live up to are your own. Live up to your own dreams. And I was thinking about a book that I read a few years ago. It's called The End of Average by Todd Rose. And in the book, Todd tells a story about the Air Force in 1940. And they had planes that were crashing at an alarming rate. And the worst day, 17 planes crashed. So they knew they had a problem. And so first they blamed it on pilot error. And they quickly ruled that out. And then they looked at the mechanics and the engineering of the planes to see if there was any problem there. And that wasn't the case. And then someone had an idea, and they said, okay, the last time the cockpit and the pilot equipment, the helmets, and the pilot jackets and all, and the seats were fit was 1926. So they said, okay, it's been 14 years. Has the size of the average pilot changed? Because they built the planes for the average pilot. And so they did a study, and they looked at 4,063 pilots, and they looked at all these different measures of what an average pilot should be. And they had a conclusion. They said, okay, when we're going to do this, probably 75-80% of the pilots would fit into the average range. Want to know what the answer is? 0. 0 pilots fit into the average range. So they changed things. They made adjustable helmets. They made adjustable seats. And the crash levels went down. And so the message of this is that the planes, if you're building a plane for the average pilot, you're building it for no one. And that's my feeling about school as well. If you build a school for the average student, you're building a building for no one, right? But a group of individuals here, we've got a group of individuals here who should be celebrated for the uniqueness, right? And that goes for all of you as well, too, all of us, right? No one fits the average. And I don't want any of you ever to have to conform to what anybody else expects of you. Expect some kind of average that's out there. Don't change for anyone. Former President Teddy Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. And that's so true, right? If you're comparing yourself, people are comparing you to other people, you're not going to have a lot of happiness. And the same goes true. Don't compare yourselves to other people. And I know it's difficult now in this day of social media where people are posting the best pictures of themselves and putting filters on what they look like and showing all the amazing trips that are going on and not the bad days at all and not the negative things that are happening. So I know it's difficult, but we're all here on our own journey through this life. And remember, there are other people out there who would love to have your bad days. That is true. And think back on that when you do have your bad days. So there's a band, I don't know how many of you guys know the band AJR. Any of you know that band at all? Anybody out there? A couple people out there? My son Maddox and I went to go see them last year. They have a new song, and it's called 100 Bad Days. And the chorus of the song goes, 100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 stories make me interesting at parties. And that's true, right? Because it's not our bad days that define us, it's the stories of how we got through it. It's the stories of how we overcame those bad days. It's the stories of how we overcame the failure. And we can be good at parties. All of us are good at parties, because guess what? Everybody here, boys and girls, everybody here has bad days. Parents, family members, all of us, we all fail. We all have times when we need to step up. So we're going to work through all that. So parents, every year I beg of you at this time, please let them be kids as long as possible. We all know that we wish we could go back for a little bit. I am lucky enough that I'm staying a kid forever. I'm super happy. I don't know what it is. It's like my fountain of youth is just hanging with them all the time. School is about to change for all of them. And you know that if you have kids that are going on in the middle and high school before. The climate's different. They won't have one teacher who is heavily invested in them as we do here at school. They might not even enjoy school as much as they have before. But you need to help them. You need to help them find their passion and develop that passion and go forward. There's too many people out there in the world, boys and girls, who are unhappy with what they do. I hope that I've been a role model for you, someone who loves doing what they do every day. I show up every day loving what I do. And please find that for what you're going to do with your life. My hope to all of you, I hope that you learned how to add and subtract fractions with unlike numerators and denominators. I hope that you learned what happens when an invasive species enters an ecosystem, right, Mr. Burns? I hope that you learned how to read multiple texts, form an opinion, and defend that opinion in your writing. But mostly, I hope you learned how to be a good friend. Mostly, I hope that you learned how to accept others that are different from you. I also hope you learned that questions are better than the answers, and it's always great to ask questions. I also hope that you learned that kind is the new cool, and that everyone matters. There's going to be pressure on all of you to grow up quickly now. People are going to pull you in all different directions. Stay true to your heart. Stay true to the wonderful, kind people that you are right now, and you will be fine. And on those bad days, reach out for help. You've got a room full of people here. You've got a school full of people here who love you and care about you deeply. There are some people when, time's up, and for me, 6 years with most of these kids right now. I've seen them from, 5 years old all the way till now. It's pretty emotional for me. I'm going to hold it together today, Tuesday. There's a very good chance I'll be crying. But I have appreciated every moment. I have no regrets because I have appreciated every single moment with all of you. My philosophy for life is that we're here to make each other's lives better. And I can promise you that you have made my life better. You have made the lives of everyone in this room better. You have made this school better by your energy and your dedication to learning and your kindness and all the wonderful things that you show every single day. And so Miss King, I'm glad she didn't steal my Winnie the Pooh quote. That would really ruin my whole speech. Man! But the author of Winnie the Pooh has a quote. His name is A.A. Milne. And I have it outside my office right now. And it says, "We didn't realize we were making memories. We just thought we were having fun." Thank you for all the fun, boys and girls. Thank you for all the memories. You have a family here at Gator Run the rest of your lives. You're going to live in my heart forever, whether you were here for 1 year or for all 6 years. And I love you all. Thank you, boys and girls.